Are we looking at the mother of all real estate crashes? Hey everybody, Scott Walters, welcome to the channel. If you're new, I want to thank you for coming. If you're returning, I want to thank you for your continued support. Before we get into today's red hot topic, I'm going to politely ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Please watch to the end for my final thought. Hit the bell icon so you're notified when new videos are released. It's very important to stay close to the channel in these very tricky times. All right, folks, welcome to the channel. It's always an honor and a privilege to be with you. I hope you're all doing great. Buckle up and strap in. I got a hard-hitting pull no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows and sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. And folks, we're headed for potentially the mother of all real estate crashes. This one is spinning out of control. My goodness, the things that we have to continue to talk about here on the channel to try to protect as many American lives as possible. I knew from the second this thing exploded, this buyer frenzy, this herd mentality, this overstimulated economy, that there was no way it could sustain itself. And we're seeing it play out right in front of our very eyes. And it becomes more real, and more real every single day. Even myself, somebody who's reported on this, and I'm sure many of you as well that have listened to this, it's still very shocking because it's in fact turning in to reality. Oh my goodness, friends, this one is insane. So today we're going to take a level-headed realist perspective of this, not get too far on either side. We're going to try to come in right in the middle and really try to dissect this one in a way that hopefully makes sense. And friends, not a whole lot's making sense anymore for me on this one. Like, this one is just insane. The roller coaster ride that this economy, this housing market has been on. So one of the things we have to talk about today, friends, is yes, this is in fact got the potential of being the mother of all real estate crashes. And like we've talked about before, everything hinges on the housing market. If we lose the housing market, we lose everything. This one is going to be disastrous, to say the least. And the realities are, friends, we can always pull from the past to predict a lot of the future. Unfortunately, many people have the blinders on. Many people want to believe that somehow this one will be different. This time will be different. And my friends, like I've always said, you got to hope for the best, expect the worst. You don't want your highs too high or your lows too low, emotionally or financially. You have to be very in the middle right now, very level-headed. So when I see people completely closed-minded to the facts that we are in fact in a real estate bubble, or this one will somehow magically sustain itself, that they're hanging on to some fundamental that explains why its supply and demand will continue to be high, and we're going to move normal appreciation rates. The funniest one I got in the comment section, and if you're new, welcome. And please subscribe. We're saving people on a daily basis. Our rewards in life are in direct proportion to our contribution. You can contribute simply by giving the video a like, subscribing to the channel, and leaving a comment below. And in the comment section, I read once, the top is the new bottom. And what they were saying, friends, and most of you understand this, is that we are at the top of a real estate bubble. We understand that, but they're saying this top is in fact the new bottom. And I've seen reports from these real estate companies or websites saying they project normal appreciation rates moving forward from here. Are you kidding me? Of course they're going to report that. They have to. They have a added interest in this thing continuing. And while I believe having a positive mental attitude, I also believe that you have to take a level-headed realist perspective of this. And the realities, folks, we've talked about this. Anytime you overheat anything, and the U.S. economy is the driver, the engine that really powers the whole world. But the U.S. economy is an engine, and we do our best to keep it running well. The realities are, it's just like when you put nitroglycerin into the engine of your car, you're going to be performing at peak performance temporarily. Until eventually, what's that engine do? It blows. It's really that simple. It doesn't take a rocket scientist or a genius to figure this one out. We've overheated the engine. It's losing power, and it's ultimately gonna blow. I mean, the percentage of likelihood continues to grow. And like I said before, even me, I take calls every day with people with real estate needs. My landlord needs to sell, I need a new place. or we want to sell blah, 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 blah. It's and real estate's so interesting because everybody's needs are different. So anytime I talk to a lot of people might think that when I have a conversation with prospective client, new client, existing client I'm working with, it's always the same old conversation. It's not. I'm like a therapist / real estate professional. I want to know what's driving, why are we selling? What's your motivation? Are you going to live in this as an investment property? These are things I have to know in order to make sure your needs are met. And I'm a very rare breed when it comes to salespeople. I always put my customers' needs before my own. I need to get to know you. I have to know what your motivation is, friends. So the realities are I'm continuing to see this really weird dynamic in the real estate industry, from people getting ready for the recession to others continue to need housing. I mean, if you need housing, you need housing. I mean, it's just the reality. If you're forced to go buy in this market or rent in this market, you're forced to go buy in this market or rent in this market. If you have the luxury of getting on the sidelines and waiting it out, like many of us, so grateful I get to watch this one from the sidelines. But the realities are, friends, many people will believe whatever a real estate professional tells them. And I'm telling you right now, with a high level of certainty, we're at risk of the mother of all real estate crashes, and it hurts me to say that. Don't like to say that at all. But the realities are we are at high crash risk. The only thing I can tell you with a high level of certainty is, well, barring a black swan left field event, which at this point, like we've talked about, you almost get the sense the other shoe's going to drop, whether it's food shortages or geopolitical tension. All of a sudden, I mean, something could come out of left field and just be a complete race to the bottom. But even if we just temperature check everything that's in front of us right now, we are headed for what's going to potentially be certain cracks in the U.S. start to expose themselves. These areas that experience extreme unorganic appreciation in the real estate and their local job markets didn't support that growth. The locals are now priced out. Yeah, we have some California areas or Florida or these destination cities that attract the wealthy for the playground, for the rich and famous. Those are, like I always say, I just got off the phone earlier with another new client. And I said, listen, with where we're at, we are a destination city, a playground for the rich and famous, and we are recession insulated here because of that. But we're not recession proof. We will get hit. We might be the last to get hit, but we will get hit. We might be the first to rebound, but we will get hit. So friends, in final thoughts today, understand your local market. They're going to behave differently. Some will be the last to get hit and the first to rebound, but nobody is recession proof. And I'm sorry to say that because I know how important it is for us to understand, at least admit that that's in fact the case. We are headed in for a recession. I think most of us, that's pretty much what's on everybody's minds now. We are headed for a recession. Now it becomes, what level of a recession? Is it a simple correction? Is it a recession? Is it a full-blown depression like we saw approximately 100 years ago in the great stock market crash and depression that behaved, if we pull from history, that one behaved more similar than the one we're in now than anything previous or prior to it. That one has got some shocking parallels to the current recession that we're currently on the front end of. I urge you to please stay close to the channel this time as we continue to talk about the hard topics, but potentially prepare us for anything. Like I said, only a prepared mind will see opportunity, and I believe there's a ton of opportunity right around the corner. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Social media links are in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there, along with links to other channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you're interested in buying or selling real estate here in America, there's an email for you as well. I'd be happy to help you personally. If you're interested in taking advantage from some of the affiliate sponsors that we have, from WEBULL to Extra Wallets to Realthy for real estate professionals, all in the description below. I strongly urge you to take a look at those. If you're watching from your television set today, another video is appearing on your screen. If you enjoyed this one, I think you might enjoy it, along with an easy subscribe button for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.